Are you married? Have you been married? Are you thinking about getting married? This video is just for you. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Welcome to a new video. This sit down talk with me video, this motivational video talking about marriage video. 7 things you can be doing that will kill your marriage. Stay tuned for this video, guys. Alright guys, so I've done about a few videos talking about marriage, and I think it was a few months ago. I'll try to remember to link those videos in the cards above or below in my description box. But it basically talked about marriage, what it was, things you're doing that you should be doing, talking about the marriage ring or the wedding ring, but the marriage ring. Yeah, so go check those videos out. But this video is about 7 things that you are doing that can ultimately kill your marriage. And we know what marriage is about. Marriage is a union. It's a covenant that you have with a man and a woman. I'm sorry if you guys don't believe that part of it, but that's my belief because it's inside the Bible that I follow. But it's between a man and a woman. It's a covenant, and you said to God that you vow to be with that person for the rest of your life until death. That's what marriage is. And there are certain things that can possibly kill your marriage. Certain decisions that we make in a marriage can ultimately kill it, destroy it, lead it to divorce or separation. And we want to talk about those things. The first thing I would say, as I say in all my videos when talking about marriage and what you should include, is God. If you are not, or if you do not include God in your marriage will ultimately fail. And I know a person might say, well, I can find someone who doesn't have God in their marriage and they're winning and their marriage is lasting. You do not know what is going on in someone's marriage. People put on this facade on social media, especially Instagram being the #1 facade. Persons tend to pretend on with their life, and they can paint you a picture of a perfect marriage, but no one knows what's going on behind the scenes except those persons who are in the marriage. So don't look at persons and saying, oh, they don't have to invite God, or God's not in, that's a bit happy. You're happy now. But notice the title of this video. It will ultimately kill your marriage. God has to be our first. He has to be our first and our last. Everything we do, we have to include God, because He is the higher power, the one that created us. How could we not include the Creator in the creation? It's confusion. It's mixed up. It's not the way it's supposed to be. So the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and everything that you want. Happy marriage is going to be added unto you. You may have bumps in the road, but you're going to have what you desire to have. If you don't have God in your marriage, it equals death, ultimately. 2, this one is one that we might do a lot. Not really myself, but I'm just saying. Couples and married couples, they tend to do it a lot and then think nothing of it. Or if they did it this time, they get let it pass that time. But this is something that you should never, ever, ever do. Go to bed angry with your spouse. This is something that you never want to do. I don't care what you guys were arguing about. I do not care who was wrong, who was right. It doesn't matter. You both have to go to the same bed, lay side by side with each other, and come to amends. And this is the reason why marriage is such a tight-knit union, because it doesn't matter where you go, it doesn't matter how or who mad, that doesn't matter. You have to come together and resolve your issues, because at the end of the day, you have to go into the same bed with the same person that you're mad at. So why not resolve your issues? And the Bible also talks about as well, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. So if you're angry with that person, whether you be the wife or the husband, before the sun rises, you are to make amends. Say, I'm sorry, honey, I was wrong, please forgive me, let's go to bed, and squash that and don't bring it up ever again. But don't ever go to bed angry. Number 3, not supporting each other. You may have someone in the marriage who has more goals, the other person has less. It doesn't matter. Whatever your spouse is doing, whatever your husband is doing, whatever your wife is doing, you want to make sure that you're supporting that person, okay? And support does not only mean financially, it doesn't only mean money. You support in terms of helping out, asking, what can I do? How can I lighten your load? How can I help you? What are you having challenges with? Okay, that's how you show support. They want you to help them go somewhere, do this, do that. That's support. All of that comes under the umbrella of support. Okay? You want to make sure that you support each other. It's not about just one person in the marriage. Marriage is a union. It's about 2 people coming together to make one. And you will never have a situation where you both on the same schedule, you're both doing the same things. So you want to make sure that you support one another. And the person that has more to do should still support the one that has less to do. Let's say you are a stay-at-home mom. You really don't have much things to do because you're not working. But your husband still is supposed to support you. I mean, it comes down to that as well. So put a pin right there. It goes on to my 4th point. Not sharing the chores. Listen to me. This can be this is what makes marriage a struggle. When you have one person doing the most work and the other one just gets off. Like, I'm here by myself. Especially when you find you're a housewife or a stay-at-home mom, you have so much you have to do. And people don't realize that that's actually a job that you're not getting paid for in legal tender, so to speak. But it's actually a job. It can be very frustrating, it can be very overwhelming, and you need help. So not because you're a stay-at-home mom and you're expected to perform certain duties as a stay-at-home mom or housewife, does not mean that your husband is not supposed to help you, even though he's going out there working. Listen, number 3 was support each other. So just the same way he is supporting, you can support him and helping out with the chores. He's supposed to support you and help with the chores. Okay, it's not just because that's my title, I'm doing the most work. Yes, you're gonna find sometimes I do more than you do because you're working. But if you see I'm tired, if you see I had a long day, go and wash the dishes. Don't say, baby, the dishes is not washed. Okay, I'm tired, I'm gonna catch a 5 here, give me a chance. Support one another, help each other with the chores. It's not a one-way street. Okay, we have to come together and help. This limits the load, this lifts the burden of one person. All right, so support one another with the chores. Husbands, you can cook too, Wives, you can take out the trash too, Husbands, you can drop this one this way, Husbands, you can also help with homework, Don't just depend on the woman, the wife, to do everything. All right, number 5, not dating. This is one that we always get mixed up to. We believe that since we're married, we don't have to date each other anymore. I already got you. I don't have to get you anymore. You're mine. I have the paper to prove it. Date who? Date what? Listen to me, guys. You have to date. You have to continuously date that person. You can't get complacent. You can't get lazy. You cannot give up because you've got the prize. The finish line for marriage is never finished. It's not like a race where there's this tape and after you burst through, you're married and everything's done. The race never ends until someone dies. So you have to keep constant. You have to dress up for your husband. You have to dress up for your wife. You have to show each other interest. Go back on those dates when you first got together. Visit those same places that help to rekindle the fire or that help to spark the fire that you have right now. Don't forget to date. And we always think that we have to use lots of money to date. No, you do not. You can go on simple, cheap dates. You can have a movie night, Netflix, that's a date. You know, you can go on walks in the park and talk, that's a date. Go to the movies, you know, just stroll, just walk. There's so many different things you can do. You can be creative with it as well. You can play games with each other. You can date. Don't forget to date, because I guarantee you. Let me tell you what happens when you stop dating. Dating maintains interest. When you stop dating, you lose interest. If I stop going back to the place that I was happy with, I get disinterested. So you have to continuously date, right? I believe so. It will keep the spark there. It will keep the fire burning. And yeah, date. Number 6. Another thing that can kill your marriage is that you know you're wrong. You've done something, you said something, and you did not apologize. And what's even worse is that some persons don't even admit that they're wrong. They carry that wrong on them and they just let it go. But you have to admit when you are wrong, and by extension, apologize. To ask for forgiveness. It's all biblical. When you admit that you're wrong and you apologize, it's almost like you're telling the person, forgive me, and you're asking God for forgiveness. You can't ask God to forgive you if you haven't gotten forgiveness from somebody else. So admit when you're wrong and apologize. Don't keep that in. Don't try to be the bigger person. Oh, that's not even being a bigger person, that's being a smaller person. I'm not gonna apologize because I'm the man, I'm the head of the home, I'm right, you're the wife, be submissive, sit in your spot. No, if you're wrong as the head, because heads can be wrong, kings and rulers can be wrong, admit when you are wrong. If you are the wife, you're wrong, admit when you are wrong. It's only when you're admitting that you are wrong, acknowledging what you did, admitting that you are wrong, that you can truly move on to what's going on in your life. If that stain is right there, it's almost like you can't look past the stain and then look at the rest of the shirt. That stain will always be there. So admit when you're wrong. Apologize. Number 7. This is my favorite one. I mean, all of them are really, really good, but I love this one because it's affectionate. Whenever you're leaving each other for a long period of time, kiss each other bye. That is it's so sweet. And like I said, that's one of the things that can keep the fire burning in your marriage. And even when you are mad at each other, because even when I'm mad at my husband, because we get mad at each other, you know, there's no perfect marriage. Even when I'm mad, we have disagreements, and I'm going to leave him, he's going to leave me, we would kiss each other bye. As mad as I sometimes I want to just as mad as I get with him sometimes, as vice versa, as mad as he gets with me, we practice kissing each other bye if we're going to leave each other for a long period of time. You want to practice that because let's say you had this nasty argument, this is before you even go to bed, this nasty argument, and he's dropping you off, you're dropping him off, and you slam the car door, he slams the car door, either or, doesn't matter whose party does it, and you laugh, you didn't say I love you, you didn't say you didn't kiss it bye, I mean, and you hear later down that something happened. That is such an enormous guilt to live with on your heart. And for what reason? And most of the times when we argue and get worked up about certain things, it's something very frivolous, very, very foolish, something that you shouldn't be arguing about. So don't hold that grudge. I don't care how mad you get. I don't care. Sometimes you don't even want to stand being in the same place with a person. But do not leave that situation like that. The kiss seals the deal. It's a symbol of forgiveness. It's a symbol of peace. I forgive you. You're my friend. You're my partner. Whatever we did and said just now, leave it alone. I'm going away for a time, a little bit. I'm going to come back to you. And here's my promise to you with a kiss. So always kiss each other when you're going to leave for long periods of time. And those are my 7 tips, you guys, of the 7 things that can possibly kill your marriage, that you're doing or not doing that can kill your marriage. And if you guys, if you are married or not married or engaged, and you know of any others that we can add to my list of 7, drop them in the comment section, please, below. And I definitely want to look at those, and I am sure persons who watch this video will want to share them and look at them as well, because we all can learn from each other. There are persons who've been married for 1 year who might know something a person who's been married for 20 years don't know. So, you know, because each marriage is different. So drop the comments, drop those advice in the comment section, and let's share each other's advice and what we know that's working for us that can possibly work with somebody else. But that's it for this video. Thank God. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching this video, coming back to my channel, and I hope that you learned something from this video. Me being married not even 2 years yet, but I've learned a lot in 1 year and a few months. So I have a story to tell as well. So thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, like, comment on this video, and don't forget to keep striving, keep believing, believe in yourself, because I believe in you. And if you are still inspired music, God's not you yet, so keep focused for your dreams. I love you guys, and God bless you. Mwah.